Clarice, you can see this report right here, pretty thick. The DOJ report, more than 600 pages. It begins listing the names of the victims and then page by page outlining failures by law enforcement. Failures the U.S. Attorney General says could have saved lives. Now, the long-awaited review of the Robb Elementary mass shooting in 2022 by the Department of Justice was released to the public today. The report described, quote, cascading failures by law enforcement, many already well documented, after the murder of 19 students and 2 teachers. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland described poor communication among law enforcement, misleading information given to parents, and the lack of incident command as major failures in the 77 minutes it took to confront the shooter. He also brought up gun control, pointing to the AR-15 style rifle, magazines, and ammunition the shooter purchased days earlier with no apparent violation of state or federal gun laws. More than 100 recommendations were made, some of which the state has already implemented.
Within minutes of arriving inside the school, officials on scene transitioned from treating the scene as an active shooter situation to treating the shooter as a barricaded subject. This was the most significant failure.
Robb Elementary began the day an 18-year-old was allowed to purchase an AR-15. I hope that the failures end today and that local officials do what wasn't done that day, do right by the victims and survivors of Robb Elementary.
The DOJ is not bringing any criminal charges. Garland says that their task was to do a report. He said it's up to the local district attorney to decide if the failures were criminal. The critical incident review outlined, again, more than 100 recommendations, some that have already been implemented by Uvalde and statewide. Governor Greg Abbott said in a statement that Texas will continue to evaluate ways to make schools safer and will go through other recommendations in the report.